Guys, I'm excited for all the new cards coming out in the new Pokemon set, Brilliant Stars. There's going to be so much collectability in this set. There's going to be so many playable cards in this set as well, and I just can't wait. So in this video, we're going to discuss my top 10 most playable and collectible cards coming out of the set, Brilliant Stars. What is up, guys? It's Drip Drop bringing you the drippest drop I can find. I hope you guys are doing well, and I want you guys to know that you are loved. Let's go ahead and jump into my top 10 cards that I'm looking forward to most in the set Brilliant Stars. And guys, if you enjoy watching this content and you want to see more of it, don't forget to punch the like button, slap the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And also, always remember to stay thankful. So the number 10 spot in the playable section is going to go to Entei and Raikou V. Basically, we're going to have Suicune V reprinted. They both have fleet-footed, yet again, as Suicune does, and pretty much they have the same attack, where they hit 20 plus per Pokemon that is out in play or on the bench. Suicune has seen a lot of success in the past couple metas, so I'm excited to see what Raikou and Entei V are going to be capable of in this new meta coming up. So on the number 10 spot for the most collectible cards, I have Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon. These cards are beautiful. If you saw in one of my previous openings, I did pull the Jolteon V character rare. Not V, just regular Jolteon. My bad. But yeah, the Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon character rares are beautiful. They feature the original Kanto evolutions that came out way back in the day. And these are just beautiful. With blue in the background and the contrast of colors, they're just beautiful cards to collect. It's just one of my personal favorites that I put on there because I'm a little biased to the original 151. But the evolutions are beautiful and they are very, very collectible. Next up, we have number 9 for the most playable. We have Shaymin V Star. This V Star is going to be pretty cool because it does have the ability V Star power of Star Bloom. You may use this ability during your turn, heal 120 damage from each of your benched Pokemon. So that is going to be a pretty big game changer just because it's a straight ability. Even though you can use it once a game, I mean, that's going to be a game saver where you can just get out of those KO possibilities. I foresee Shaymin V Star being pretty good in most grass decks and just a tech to put in other decks just to, you know, heal 120 damage on your bench. Not only does it have a good V Star ability power, but it does have a good attack. It has a Revenge Burst for 120 plus. It hits 40 damage for each prize card that your opponent has taken. On the number 9 spot for the most collectible, we have Mimikyu V Super Character Rare. For this is just a personal favorite for mine. I did pull this in one of my recent openings as well as the Jolteon, but the reason why I like this card so much is because it is really, really spooky. Boo! But yeah, it is a super spooky card, and I just love horror movies, and I'm just a big horror fan, and I really enjoyed the setup and the art on this card. It was very dark, but at the same time it was slightly fun to look at. But the colors worked so well and it had a nice ominous look to it. But I really enjoyed the Mimikyu V Super Character Rare as it was, and it's going to make my top 10 list of most collectible. Then coming on at number 8 on most playable, we're going to have Whimsicott V Star. Whimsicott V Star I think is going to go pretty well in the Shadow Rider Calyrex deck because we have the move Cotton Ball Star. It's going to be the V-Star power. This attack does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy attached to this Pokemon. And you know, with Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX's ability, you're able to put a Psychic Energy from your hand directly onto a Pokemon on the bench, draw 2 cards, and you can do that for as many times as you have Calyraxes on your bench. So it's going to be a very OP card if it can get set up. Not only does it have that V-Star power, but it has the move Tricky Wind. For 1 Psychic, 2 colorless, it hits for 160 damage, and your Pokemon can't play any tools or special energy out of their hand. So that is going to be a very tricky card, and when using a pinch, can put your opponent into a bad spot. Then on the number 8 spot for the most collectible, I have the Urshifu VMAX Super Character Rares as well. Not only do I like these cards just because they're fighting types and they're just big bears, but they are very beautiful cards. Their art is phenomenal. It just shows them fighting, getting in their big stances. Just like the alternate arts that came out of Battle Styles, those cards were beautiful. These new super character rares are amazing. They're featured with their trainers and they're just getting into their fighting styles, and the art is just phenomenal. So they're going to make the list for the top 10 most collectible. Number 7 in my most playable spot is going to be a mix between Kindler and Magma Basin. You can combine these cards to create a massive fire combo. With Kindler, you have to discard a fire energy. If you discard a fire energy, then you can look at the top 7 cards of your deck, take 2 of them, and put them into your hand. Then you're going to shuffle that, rest of the cards back into the deck. But the way this card is used is if you can get a fire energy, another fire energy, and a Magma Basin off that Kindler, then you can use the Magma Basin Stadium to then take that fire energy, put that fire energy onto a benched fire Pokemon, as well as attach that next fire energy. That way you can get 2 fire energy on in the same turn. So there's that combo as well, but Kindler is also great in the sense that you can combo that, and if you have all the other cards that you need, you're getting 2 free cards. So this is going to give fire a lot of power in this upcoming meta, and I'm excited to see what that combo is capable of. Then we have number 7 in our most collectible spot is going to be the gold cards for Galarian Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. Now you've seen these cards come out in the set Chilling Reign. They're very useful when it comes to counter decks. And these cards are just beautiful. If you take a look at these they just got the regular gold pattern around them in their Galarian form. And guys, these cards are very nice looking to look at, and they look pretty shiny. The Pokemon aren't shiny, but the cards are super shiny with all that gold, and they contrast well with the colors of the Galarian birds. I thought these cards were too good to pass up on most collectible. Then we have coming up in the number 6 spot for most playable, we have the Ultra Ball reprint. Yeah, you heard it. Ultra Ball reprint. So we have Ultra Ball coming into the new meta. It's going to be changing everything. It's most likely going to be replacing Evo Essence in most cases, but it's going to be a very awesome card. But you discard 2 cards out of your hand, and you're able to search for any Pokemon that you're going to need in your deck. So this card is going to be awesome coming up into the new meta and the new set, and I'm excited to see what this card especially is capable of. And you're going to hear that phrase a lot, capable of, in this meta. Coming up in the number 6 spot for most collectible is going to be the Arceus V Alternate Art. This alt art looks phenomenal. It kind of reminds me of the Duraludon VMAX and Rayquaza VMAX alt arts, in which they're in a field. And this VMAX alt art, or not VMAX but V, it is featuring Arceus kind of flying over said forest. Now that's just my speculation, but it is such a beautiful card, and it just shows him in the air flying over a forest and plateaus of sorts. And it is an extremely beautiful card, and I expect this card to be on one of the highest collectible cards that you can find in this set. Then in the number 5 spot for most playable, we have Raichu V. This card is going to be a phenomenal card, especially with the Flaffy engine. And this card can attack on the first turn. So with the attack fast charge for 1 lightning, if you go first, you can use that attack and use that attack to attach 1 lightning to the Raichu V in the active spot. That's going to be extremely helpful in setting up your Raichu V. Not only does Raichu V have that attack, then you have its attack a Dynamic Spark for 2 lightning energy. It's going to hit for 60 per discarded lightning energy that you discard off the Raichu V. So you're going to be able to hit for some huge numbers with just 5 energy. That's insane. Then if you can Dynamotor with the Flaffy onto a Raichu on the bench, you're going to be set up for another KO on the next turn. So I foresee this card just to be phenomenal, and hopefully kind of put Mew VMAX in its place. Then on the number 5 spot for most collectible, we have Umbreon V Super Character Rare. Now, just like the evolutions that I had mentioned before, Umbreon VMAX is another evolution. The card is featuring Umbreon VMAX in a city with its trainer. It is such a beautiful card. It has some fall coming up, and it looks ominous. It looks gritty, but at the same time, it just looks soft and inviting, and it is an incredible card, and that is why it made it to my top 10 list. Now guys, you're probably going to be expecting some of these cards in the next half of the list. We have on the number 4 spot for the most playable card, we have Charizard V Star. Yes, we finally have a Charizard that is going to be semi-playable, especially with the Arceus V Star that may or may not be on the list. But Charizard V Star is phenomenal. It has its move Explosive Fire. So we have for 2 fire, 1 colorless. It hits for 130. But if it has any damage counters on it, aka Magma Basin, it's going to do 100 more damage. That's right, if you only have to put 2 damage counters onto this Charizard V Star and you use the move Explosive Fire for, I mean, for only taking 20 damage, you're going to hit for 230? That's insane. Not only does it have that specific move, but then we have its V Star power. Its V Star power is going to be able to OHKO almost any VMAX in the game right now. Basically, for 4 energy, 3 fire, 1 colorless, it has Star Blaze. It's going to hit for 320 damage. 320! And then discarding 2 energy from the Pokemon, which isn't going to do too much. Because you only need to add 1 more to use its explosive fire attack. So Charizard V Star is going to be packing a punch in this next set. And to be honest, I'm finally going to be able to play a Charizard deck. That's why it's going to take the number 4 spot in most playable. Then for the number 4 spot on most collectible, we have Sylveon VMAX Super Character Rare. This Sylveon card is phenomenal. It's just, it looks comfy. It looks comfy. It's pink. It's foggy. There's rosebud flowers just floating around everywhere. This card, if I look at it, just makes me want to take a nap right there on Sylveon's arm. Like, this card is crazy good. I like the color pink. Color pink is my favorite color, and Sylveon VMAX Super Character Rare is just phenomenal to me. And that's why it's going to be making my top 10 list for most collectible. So on the number 3 spot for most playable, we have Illumineon with its ability Luminous Sign. When you play this card from your hand to your bench, you're able to search for a supporter card in your deck. This is a game changer, game breaker. You're going to be able to search for any supporter that you're going to need for that turn with the Illumineon. Pretty much what that means is if you run 4 quick balls and 4 ultra balls, that means any of those balls is pretty much a supporter search. It's going to be amazing. So Illumineon is going to be changing the game quite a lot in the upcoming set. I'm excited to see what this card is capable of in the Brilliant Star set. And that's why it made top 3 on the top 10 list. Then we have top 3 on most collectible. We have the Rainbow Rare Charizard V Star. Yep, we got Charizard in the top 3. That is surprising. I know. You wouldn't expect it to be there, but it's there. I mean, it's a Charizard. It's going to make number 3. It's a Rainbow Zard. I mean, what can you say? Charizard is cool. If it was a Blastoise, I'd be just as happy. But it's a Charizard, so it's going to be number 3 on my top 10. Alright guys, we are reaching the end of the list. If you're enjoying watching this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy watching this content, remember, just go ahead and click that subscribe button if you want to see more of this. I'm going to try to do more videos like this every now and then. Most of the time I'm going to do just openings and gameplays, deck profiles. But I enjoy making these videos. I wanted to try something new. Yeah, so just give it a thumbs up if you're looking forward to it. So on the number 2 spot for the most playable, I have the Arceus V Star. This is going to pair well with the Charizard. I mean, you could probably play this with Shaymin V and it work phenomenal as well. But with Arceus V Star, it is also 280 HP. It is going to be colorless Pokemon, and we have the move Trinity Nova. For 3 colorless energy, you hit for 200. Not only do you hit just for 200, you're going to be able to search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like. Then we have its V-Star power. Remember, you only use this once per game, which is really good in this case because Arceus' V-Star power is pretty phenomenal. Basically, you use the ability and you can search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand. Then you shuffle your deck and you can't use that move again, but that's 2 cards. When you're in a pinch and you need 2 cards to win the game, Arceus V Star, that's your man. That's your mon. That's your mon. Alright? Arceus V Star, use it this meta. It's going to be fun. Then likewise, in the number 2 spot, we have the Golden Arceus V Star card. Now this card, pretty much the same thing as the Arceus V Star. It's literally the same card, but it is gold. And not only is it gold, but it looks fantastic with Arceus's white color. Like the white and gold looks phenomenal. That's why it's going to make my number 2 spot on most collectible. Then guys, we finally made it. We got to the top spots on most playable and collectible. So the number 1 spot for my most playable card is going to be something I've been wanting for a year now. I've been wanting it back so bad. It is a bench protector. And we got Manaphy. So Manaphy, you stick it on your bench, it protects your bench from other Pokemon's attacks. You can still get hit by quick shooting, but that's quick shooting, it only hits 20. Now take that, Rapstrike Arceus V Max. But yeah, you can't attack the bench anymore, especially if you have Manaphy. So you're going to force them to use a boss so they can hit the Manaphy, put it in the active position, and take it out. Which wastes them a turn and gives you another turn to be able to pull something off. That is why Manaphy is going to be my #1 spot in this set. I'm super excited to play this. I want to put it in every deck. I want to play 4 copies. I want to play 4 copies of Level Ball. Actually, I'm not going to play it like that. But I will have a copy of Manaphy in every deck. Now, for the #1 spot in most collectible, you probably guessed it. It is the Charizard V Alternate Art. This card, what can I say? It features a massive battle between Charizard and Venusaur on... Did I say Venusaur? Venusaur... I can't talk. Venusaur on top of a mountain. They're just fighting there. That's, you can see Venusaur's vine whips just coming out, almost coming out of the card. Then you have Charizard going in to do, Charizard things. This card, incredible. It is one of my most favorite Charizard cards I've ever seen. And to be honest, I hope they make a Venusaur card that has Charizard in the background just like this card does Venusaur. Like, it'd be kind of cool to have the other side of the story. But with that being said, we need a Blastoise as well. We need a Blastoise as well, just because Blastoise, I think, out of the 3 is my personal favorite. But that's just it. But I got off topic. Charizard V Alternate Art is going to be taking the #1 spot in the most collectible out of the set Brilliant Stars. Like I said, I'm super excited for this new set to come out. I hope you guys are too. Like I said, I'm super excited for this new set to come out. And if you guys are that excited too, go ahead and check out this opening right here. It's me opening up some Brilliant Stars. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next one.